gosh, look at me, I'm live. Y'all, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've been live. This is super exciting. Let me know if you all can hear me well. Let me know. Today is the new year, 2023. What an epic time to be alive, y'all. This is a time where we get to really step into so much expansion, so much growth, so much opportunity. And I know I've been MIA for, at least on the lives, for a little while. I think it was like July that I told y'all I was gonna take like a month break, and then I haven't been back since. I needed the time though, y'all. I needed the time. I have been growing so much. I've been stepping into so much more of my purpose. I've been activating so much more creativity and prosperity in my music career. And it's been really epic, really amazing. And I am just so grateful for all of you for being patient with me during my hiatus from the weekly readings. And I will be coming back to more lives, but I'm going to be doing them a little differently. I'm still figuring out the format for that. I'm still letting Spirit speak to me about exactly how we are going to present the next versions of the live readings and offerings and things like that. But in the meantime, I wanted to at least get on here and connect with all of you and just say hi and really tap into this new year and get a vibe on what this new year has in store for us. So we're going to be pulling a card for every single month of the year for 2023, just like we have been for the last several years on this channel. And I'm super excited to do so with you as a reconnection to this community in a live version way, and also just to rebirth ourselves into this 2023 consciousness that we are all tapping into. So shout out to all of you who saw my e-list that I posted maybe like an hour and a half ago saying, hey, surprise, I'm gonna go live in about an hour and a half. Or shout out to all of you in my mastermind group who I just told I was going to be going live. Shout out to the monthly mastermind group members. If you don't know anything about the monthly mastermind group, definitely tap in with me. I am offering monthly mastermind membership to anybody who is interested, and that includes so much value, y'all. Like, it's super activating. We do a monthly call every third Thursday of the month on Zoom, very intimate, very connected in community, and we talk about a specific topic that is going to help you tap into your higher self. And every topic every month is different. So we did abundance mentality in December. We did shadow work in November. We did the thinning of the veil, activation of your light language in October. And then this January, we are doing the authentic you, the true you activation for January 2023 Mastermind. That also includes a reading the entire month for that month. It also includes full-on practices to activate that topic's energy, and journal prompts and affirmations, and a full-on lecture full of practices, spiritual advice, spiritual activations, and information to help you really tune in and be accountable for your own spiritual growth. And there's so many other added values to it. You also get a channeled message in each call. It's just so powerful, and of course the community. So if you haven't heard about the mastermind yet, I will definitely put a link to learn more about it in the description of this video so that you can tap in, okay? But shout out to all my mastermind members. I see y'all on here. Melissa, Danielle, what's up? Who else is here? Let me know who's here and joining live. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know if you're new to this channel or if you are a veteran, someone who's been here for a minute, tapping into my readings. And we're not going to be on here for too long. That's another part of what I'm shifting in the readings. I want to keep them quicker, shorter, more to the point, more direct, because let's face it, 2023 attention spans, even 2022 attention spans are shortening by the day. So we're gonna get right into it, y'all. I do have some really exciting announcements to share with all of you at the end of this reading. So definitely stay tuned to the end of the reading. Definitely watch the reading all the way through, because again, we are going to tap into the true energy of this year and give you a nice blueprint for how this year is going to pan out energetically, so that you can be prepared and that you can really ground into all of the goals that you are setting for this year with a sense of ease, a sense of certainty, a sense of grace, and just prosperity overall. So I'm super excited for that. What's up, Renika, tuning in from Inglewood? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it, okay? So I first want to talk about, I got my notes like I always do. So I don't forget any of the messages and downloads I've been receiving, y'all, because there's been a lot of stuff coming through. And since it's been a while since I've done these live readings, Spirit is definitely speaking, ready to tap us into so much information. So the first thing I want to talk about with this shift from 2022 to 2023 is that it's a shift of energy from the number 6 to the number 7. 2022 was the number 6 year, 222 equals 6, and 6 was all about birthing and conceiving a new energy. It was about really tapping into the awareness that what you conceive is what you receive, okay? We talked about this last year. So really making sure that what you're putting into something is what you want to get back, right? Are you putting in positivity? Are you putting in positive expectations? Are you putting in abundance mentality? Are you putting in light codes and activations of truth and wellness and health and creativity? Or are you putting in negative or limiting beliefs? Are you putting in shadow sides of you? Are you putting in a sense of procrastination or a lack of care to what's to come? If you're putting in those things, then you're going to get that back, right? Same thing if you're putting in the positive things, you're going to get that back. That's what 2022 was all about. What you conceive is what you receive. And remember, the 6 is the pregnant woman. She's pregnant. She's holding her belly. This is the energy of creativity. It's also the energy of creativity within duality, okay? So knowing that there are so many aspects of the spectrum of light, and that in order to create something, you have to be aware of that spectrum, and you have to be able to utilize parts of the spectrum for what you want to create, as a formula for what you want to create, right? So a lot of us in 2022 saw a lot of ups and downs, a lot of shadow work opportunities, a lot of lessons learned. But those lessons learned and that shadow work was what we needed to experience in order to birth and create what we stated we wanted at the end of this last year and for 2023, which we're in now. So with the 6 energy of 2022 shifting into the 7 energy of 2023, we are now birthing what we have conceived, right? Because 2022 was conceive what you receive, right? And now 2023 is, okay, you've done the conception of it. You are ready to receive what you have conceived. You're ready to birth it into this world, and the universe is birthing it into this world with you, okay? It's the co-creation with the universe and yourself, okay? So if you've done the work, if you've been accountable, shout out to my Accountability Boost Camp members earlier on in the last year. We did an amazing Accountability Boost Camp in the fall of 2022 to help anybody that was really needing an extra push in their accountability to make sure that they were going to receive what they conceived for 2022. And I know a lot of you, really all of you who were in it, you conceived a lot from that. You birthed a lot. And so now we're stepping into that energy of receptivity, okay? So if you've done the work, if you stayed accountable, if you did the shadow work, if you let go of loose ends or heavy energy or attachments that weren't serving you, you have done your job for 2022. And now you're going to start seeing the abundance and the birthing of that energy into physical form, into your reality, into your current experience, okay? But if you haven't done the work, if you've been procrastinating, if you've been a little bit complacent, if you've been ignoring the signs or resisting the shadow work or hiding from the truth, the harsh truths that you've been given, then you're probably going to have some struggles with birthing what you are wanting to see in your world in 2023. The good news is I have a 2023 rebirth event happening at Abundance Space in Scottsdale on the 5th of January. So if you're in Arizona, you will be able to be guided in more of the rebirthing process so that you can really tap into what it is you've wanted to experience for 2023 and whatever lessons you might have missed or ignored or just chosen not to adopt from 2022. That way we can get you right on track. But there's also the mastermind group, like I said, happening on the third Thursday of every month. So that's the 19th of January this month, where we're going to tap into the true you. And we're going to do a little bit of the rebirthing stuff as well during that time. So with that being said, we are moving from creation and conception into rebirth and receptivity, okay, for 2023. Now, 2023 is also the year, like I said, of the 7, which means it's also the year of spiritual expansion. It means closing the door on things that are no longer serving our spiritual growth and well-being. And it means activating and opening up our ability to see ourselves in that higher form vibrationally so that we can continue to attract all that is in alignment to that higher vibrational self. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities for us to cut etheric cords, energy cords that aren't serving us, to really pluck that cord and get to its root and unhook from it. There's also going to be a lot of opportunities to close the doors on karmic relationships that are no longer a part of our learning on this planet, a part of our expansion. And there's also going to be plenty of opportunities to connect to spirit, to really feel our intuition, our higher self communicating with us, to be able to feel our third eye opening up, to see the vision of our future super clearly, to be able to connect our crown chakra to the universe of all that is, and that divine source connection and divine intelligence. And so if you have done the work to really establish more of your intuition in 2022, if that was part of your choice to conceive what you wanted to receive, then you're going to be feeling a lot of those activations right now. If that's something that you're wanting now that you maybe haven't put the intentions in last year, this is a great time to step into more spiritual growth awareness and really put yourself in the position, in the environment, and in the connections necessary to activate your spiritual gifts and your intuitive centers, okay? This is going to help you so much throughout 2023. Being able to perceive energy, being able to notice what you're feeling versus what other people are feeling, and vice versa. Really being able to see into the future and have those prophetic dreams or those visions that tell you exactly how to maneuver through your life and through your next moves so that you can truly make the most of them. These are super, super, super helpful gifts that are going to really skyrocket your growth and success for the rest of your life, but specifically for this year. So spiritual growth is the theme of 2023, and the expansion of your soul's purpose, the expansion of your soul's mission, the expansion of your soul's gifts, okay? So we're gonna really be tapping into even more of that. Now, like I said, with that, with the spiritual growth expanding, spiritual growth this year in 2023 also equals abundance. It's a direct correlation to your abundance. Now, I know I've maybe said this before in other readings, but I really mean it this year. This year is the 7 number of the year. So this is a very, very, very potent time for that spiritual growth, that seven's heaven kind of vibe, that ability to feel into the heavenly experience that you are meant to really go through, to really activate into, to ascend into, okay? And so the spiritual growth is literally here to give you more prosperity, to give you more abundance, to pour into your cup. So if you're pouring into your spiritual growth cup, the universe is going to pour into your financial abundance, your opportunity abundance, your peace abundance, your gratitude abundance, your love abundance, your career abundance, all of it, okay? The universe is just going to keep giving you all the abundance you've ever wanted as you put your spiritual growth first, because it is the number 7 this year for spiritual growth and rebirth and access to the divine, okay? Now, there are going to be some opportunities for death and rebirth this year. That is a part of this year. We are already experiencing a lot of it. A lot of you already felt some of that in December and November. And now we're going into January feeling renewed, feeling lighter, feeling more yourself. But if you're still kind of going through the experience of that death and rebirth right now, that's okay. Give yourself some grace and some love. Give yourself a pat on the back or a big hug for getting through it and continuing to push through it, because it's not easy, but it is worth it. And this death and rebirth energy is really getting rid of the things that are no longer meant to be in our experience, that could be distracting us or keeping us separate from our truest self and our truest power, our truest success, okay? Now, this also means as a collective that we are going to see more deaths in general of people and souls who have choose to ascend to higher dimensions or not. And them leaving this earth is a part of the rebirth of the collective. And it's all a soul contract. It's all chosen by that spirit, whether consciously or unconsciously is up to them based on their spiritual awareness. But this kind of choice to leave, or this shift of death into rebirth, is happening on a mass scale. Now, when a person passes on, yes, their physical body dies and withers away, but their spirit lives on and it is reborn into a new form. So energy is always alive, right? It never dies. It always recreates. It always recreates into a new form. So if you are experiencing a lot of death or loss in your life, passed on loved ones, know that they're still here with you. Know that they have a purpose with you from the other side, and they have a relationship that they will develop with you from that other side. And hopefully they've taught you something that you get to carry on as part of their legacy in your life, so that you can continue to see how that form of their energy lives on and prospers and expands, okay? But that death and rebirth cycle is going to be a thing. It's also something that we're experiencing internally. We may feel like deaths of our parts of ourself, deaths of our old version of self, deaths of old relationships, or even death of trauma, death of limitation, the death of insecurity, right? We're letting that stuff go. We're killing it off. We're saying no more. And we are also going to see a rebirth of that energy as well. Sometimes the insecurity, a version of it dies away, but then a new version rebirths that we get to work through and ascend beyond. So these things are going to continue to cycle within us, but we have to notice how the rebirthing is a proof of expansion and leveling up, okay? Every time you have one of those tiny deaths within yourself or outside of yourself, maybe a job ending or a relationship ending, it is a sign that there is a level up that is occurring, that you are experiencing a shift within you. And you get to choose the level up by being grateful for the death and for the shift, and also to be able to see and review what it is you were meant to learn from that, what it taught you, in order for you to actually level up and embody that higher vibrational experience on the other side. Okay, does this make sense? Let me know. So, like I said, we've got the expansion from the 6 energy to the 7 energy. We've got spiritual growth equaling abundance. We have the opportunities for death and rebirth showing up. And then the last thing I want to mention before we pull cards for every single month is the fact that there are karmic contracts that we are ending. And that ending is really here to give us a freedom, a liberation from some of the really tough lessons that we've had, that we maybe kept learning, kept having to work through, kept having to prove ourselves that we were ascending beyond. And now we're finally doing the last bit of work to clear those karmic cycles and contracts and step into divine soul contracts, okay? So this means that maybe you've been in a relationship for several years or the same type of relationship over and over again. Now those patterns are finally ending. Now you're seeing that you're manifesting new types of relationships. You're manifesting new types of awareness and new boundaries, new sense of control, new sense of empowerment that no longer keeps you tethered to those old karmic lessons that you've repeated several times or kept having to affirm that you were no longer allowing in your experience, okay? So this is liberation. This is exciting. This is you passing the tests so that you can really, really ascend to new levels of the video game, okay? Because it's like a video game. It's like, oh my gosh, I keep trying to beat this boss, this lesson, right? This monster at the end of the level, and it just keeps getting me every time. But now I finally beat it. I finally beat it, and now I'm on a whole nother level. I'm in a whole nother world. I'm a whole new another version of myself that's more powerful, more strong, more aware, more confident, and more capable of continuing to level up. So congrats to all of you who are ending those karmic cycles, ending those karmic relationships, and are starting to see the signs of that divine relationship showing up, whether it's a divine relationship with a soul flame, a twin flame, a divine love, or whether it's a divine relationship with soul family, soul tribe, whether it's a divine relationship with yourself as your higher self and your connection to your truest positive potential. It's all a big deal, okay? And same, divine relationship with the divine. You know, this spiritual growth activation of 2023 is helping us have a more divine relationship with Source and with all the aspects and forms that Source manifests into. So this is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I am so excited for all of you who have really passed the tests and done the work to clear those karmic relationships and step into more divine soul relationships. And if you're not seeing the divine soul relationships showing up yet, keep doing the work to be accountable and responsible for what lessons you have been taught with the karmic relationships you've had, and make sure that you are embodying those lessons. You're living out what you've learned every single day, and you're continuing to progress into that knowledge and into that expression of that learning, so that you can start to see and magnetize those very divine soul contract relationships that you're meant to receive, those unconditional loving, divine, graceful, harmonious, synchronistic, blissful, just epic relationships, okay? So enjoy that, and I'm proud of you for all of that hard work and dedication to get there, okay? So with that being said, who's ready for the annual card reading? I'm so excited because this is my first time doing a live card reading in a minute, y'all. And I'm just like, let's go. This is exactly the perfect time to come back to these lives. And I really also want to hear from all of you in the comments in this section, in this video. And also I'll probably be posting some kind of YouTube short about what you want to see from me in 2023. Okay, what do you want to see from me on this channel in 2023? Do you want to see some of the old stuff, the Starseed Saturdays or the Starseed readings? Do you want to see the Bone Shaman readings? Are you missing those? Do you really want those weekly live readings again to come back? What are you wanting? Or are you really loving these dedication practices I've been posting? Have you seen the meditation dedication 30-day practice that I posted all of December, where we covered 10 different styles of meditation, and I guided you in accountability and consistency of tapping into meditation every day? If you liked that kind of process and program and playlist, then put it in the comments as well. I am starting a mirror work dedication 30-day practice starting today. I'll be posting the video in the next few hours, and that's going to be really helpful in activating self-love, getting more and more in tune with your reflection of yourself in the universe, and also the universe's reflection of itself into you. And it's going to come with journal prompts and guided visualizations and connectivity with yourself. So if you're liking these 30-day practices, dedication practices, let me know in the comments as well. Or if you've always had an idea of something that you would love for me to do on this channel that I haven't done yet, or that you've maybe seen me do once or twice, but I didn't do any more of, put it in the comments. I'm trying to hear from you. Let's make a co-creative aspect of relationship with this, because I really, really, really want to continue to serve you all here on YouTube. And I would love to hear from you on what it is that you want from me, so I can make sure to deliver, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. I'm super excited. I will say the card that I pulled earlier today that helped me decide to go live today was the 38 card, the shift. 3 plus 8 is 11, and this is exactly what we're experiencing right now, the shift from 2022 into 2023, the year of creation into the year of rebirth, and this is going to be a big theme for us this year. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that here, the shift. We are experiencing it right now. I got some new cards, y'all, this year while I was away, so I'm super excited to use those, but I also got my usual ones as well. Let's get the cards out on the table. I'm so excited for this reading. And also, I want to mention, if you mention this reading to me or in the notes of a booking of a 6-month forecast, then you will get $23 off a 6-month forecast. So if you're wanting a personal reading from me, and maybe you've even had a 6-month forecast from me before, then definitely mention this reading to me when you book it, whether it's in the notes when you book it, or if you want to just send me a DM, or if you have my phone number, text me and say, hey, I just booked a 6-month forecast. I want to mention the annual reading for that $23 off discount. Hit me up, because I'm only giving the $23 off discount for 6-month readings to those who are watching this YouTube live, okay? So definitely mention that, and you will get $23 off a 6-month forecast, which will cover 6 months into 2023 of your personal spiritual development and growth, okay? We do the same thing that we do in this card reading. We pull a card for every single month, and then we also pull like a shadow work card and a yearly theme card, and a couple others. So if you're interested in a 6-month forecast, now is the time. It's always good to do it in January, so that way you can have these first 6 months really mapped out, and it can be really, really powerful. All right, so we've got January, we've got February. Let's see what March has got for us. I've been really tapping into my ancestral connections with these African and Kemetic cards that I've been collecting this year. So I just pulled one of those. Let's see what April has for us. From me. Ooh, that one almost wanted to be it, but this one got chose. April is here, and then, ooh, okay, I'm feeling like the Healing with the Angels deck for May. All right, so speaking of May, y'all, I also have another announcement, and I'm gonna go over all these announcements again at the end, but I'm just loving to pepper them through this reading. I've got a retreat in Bacalar, Mexico in May, okay? It's gonna be the week of May 15th. And it's a really powerful breathwork, meditation, yoga, and intuitive development retreat. I am doing it with an amazing, amazing starseed playmate of mine, Dijon Bowden. And he's amazing, y'all. He's a galactic being. He is a yogi. He is a multi-dimensional mentor. And so this is going to be a co-ed retreat as well. It's going to be open to anyone, women and men, and really however you identify. And it's going to be really activating in May. And May is the month of shifting again into another version of your path, because it's that halfway point between 0 and 9, right? And so really getting into that ability to kind of check in with yourself, that midpoint check-in. And we're going to be diving deep into some really, really powerful self-connection, intuition, expansion. We're going to really get that spiritual growth energy of the number 7 for 2023 into full effect in May. So if you're wanting to come to Bacalar, Mexico with me And Dijon, definitely tune in. I'm going to be posting more information about it, but go ahead and send me an email, readingsbyrissa@gmail.com, and just let me know, hey, I'm interested in the Mexico retreat in May. Give me more information, and I will add you to the list of people who are inquiring about it so I can make sure I get you all the information that you need to sign up for that retreat. It is going to be a 6-day retreat, and it is going to be super, super powerful and beautiful to be in the paradise of Bacalar, Mexico, really tapping into your spirit, your intuition, and your divine conscious self. Okay, so reach out to me, readingsbyrissa@gmail.com, if you're interested in that retreat. We've got June's card down, so we've got January, February, March, April, May, June. Let's get a July card. They're giving us the shadow work cards for July, so we'll see what we got with that one. I love it. And if we're going to be tapping into more shadow work in July, that May retreat is going to be even more helpful to get ahead of it so that you can have all the spiritual awareness and connection necessary to get you moving through any shadow work that may come up this year, okay? And to just give y'all a break. Like, don't you just want like a break from all the busyness of life and all the matrix energy? You know, we've been really seeing a lot of programming being lifted from people, and also a lot of people kind of choosing to stay in their programming, right? So we want to always make sure that we're doing our job to not be controlled or programmed by the systems that are trying to stifle our spiritual growth, right? Especially in the year of spiritual growth, 2023. We're going to see a lot of that this year, where the media or even governmental systems, social structures and systems are going to be trying to stifle the spiritual growth that is already on its way to us with this 2023 energy. So we're definitely going to need to put in a little bit more effort to ensure that we don't become influenced by those kind of things, or we don't get wrapped up or distracted from the chaos of those types of things that could make us feel less inspired to spiritually expand and grow. Does that make sense? So we got July, August, September, October. We got November, 2 more cards, y'all, and that's it. And then we're gonna see what we got. November with the Angels of Atlantis cards. I love it. And then, what do they want for this one? They want another one of these beautiful Earth Magic cards. I love these cards. These are one of my new decks, and I just absolutely love this deck so much. All right, y'all. Let's see what we got. Okay, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. All right, let's see what we got. First card in January, Medusa, Rage. Okay, this card is letting us know, and it's the number 23 card, which equals 5. This card is letting us know that we are releasing any rage from the shadow work, from the karmic relationships, the karmic cycles, the heaviness of the lessons that we needed to learn, some of those deep, dark, harsh truths we had to face. We are releasing ourselves. We are releasing ourselves from that rage. And actually, we need to speak it out. We need to talk it out. We might need to scream it out. This is where those intense, I'm getting a lot of throat chakra stuff with everybody with this. This is where those intense purging has to happen. Those intense energy cleanses. Y'all know I do energy cleanses with Kemetic Reiki and chakra balancing and channeled energy work. So if you need a deep, deep energy cleanse or even a cord removal or cleansing, January is the time to do it, to get rid of the rage or anything built up or under the surface that might be holding your vibration at a lower level due to some pent-up anger or pent-up rage or things that just haven't been addressed, that you haven't been able to scream out or cry out or talk out so that you could really get it off your chest and be free of it fully. Okay, so that's what January is here for. January is here for us to get out our rage and to also use that rage as a way to create something new. Because when we get our rage out, we end up tapping into more abundance within ourselves, because now we have more space in our heart to create from inspiration. So the rage teaches us something. It teaches us a lesson learned. It teaches us an ending of a cycle. It teaches us more about our shadows so that we can evolve and expand into more of our light. So we can actually create from that. We can create creative work. See, it's the throat chakra. People are like, the spirit is saying people need to create something from this. Creative writing, sing it out, make a workshop about it, do an event, go to a speaking engagement and share your story, share what you've learned, help a friend who is in need, who is going through something similar to you, but you've got to be your own healer first. And you've got to start with getting some of that rage and anger out in January so that you can create from it. You also may be able to create from other people's rage that you see, helping them to transmute it by looking at things more positively, or being able to show them what it is that they get to create from the lessons learned instead of just staying in that rageful place, okay? So whatever it is for you, it's about changing from the rage, shifting from that, and creating something from it that is positive, transmuting, okay? February's card is the Dragon Kin card. I love these cards. These are the dragon cards. I've been connecting with the dragons even more since Peru in September. And the Dragon Kin card says, we send to you now people who are your soul family, those who have waited lifetimes to be reunited with you in chance meetings and unlikely encounters. There they will be, and your soul shall remember. Okay, so this is exactly what I was talking about earlier with the karmic contracts ending, so you can get rid of certain relationships or energies and attachments in your life in order to open up to the divine kinships and soul mate relationships, soul tribe relationships that are meant for you. And that is what the dragons are saying for February. And of course, February is a 2-month, so it's all about connection and union. So many of you may even find your divine love partner in February 2023. You may tap into some soul tribe family in 2023 in February, and your soul will remember them. It will feel as though you're meeting again, that you've never, they're not strangers. They're people that you've met, and you're gonna feel that kind of kinship with them, okay? All right, so January is rage, February is dragon kin, kinships and divine relationships. March is decisions from Namibia. I need to get my African countries right, y'all. I'm learning. But this is for decisions, okay? March is for decisions. We're going to be making the choices to either continue stepping into our spiritual growth and to really, really, really leave the stuff in 22 behind that we're meant to, or we're going to choose to stay looping in that cycle. Remember, March is actually the true new year. We have a collective consciousness new year today because that's when most of the, society is celebrating the new year and the shift from 2022 to 2023. But really, we're still in winter season, and the new year doesn't really start until the spring equinox, which is in March 20th to 21st. So we are going to be making decisions in March on whether or not we're going to continue stepping into the energy of 2023 and that spiritual growth and expansion, or if we're actually going to stay stuck in 2022 mentality and some of that duality and, kind of receiving what we're conceiving that's not helping us grow. Okay, so that's a major decision that we've got to make in March, and we cannot take it lightly. This is a heart chakra card with that green. It's also an abundance card with that green for money, okay? So make sure that the decisions you make are for your highest good and for your expansion, because if they're not, you're going to feel your abundance start to show the result of that as a limitation to your growth. And you need to feel into your heart. Your heart will be the guide on what decision to make that is going to be most expansive for you and most profitable and prosperous and just overall successful in your well-being. Okay, so that's March. March is decisions. Now April is the 22 card. I love that April is the 22 card because 22 equals 4, and that is the month, the number of the month for April. It is the 4th month of the year, and so this 2022, this 22 card for April is the take note card. Take note. This is a month of observation, of taking note of what you're seeing, of recognizing what you have been shown from the universe and what you've been experiencing up until April from 2023. So you can take note of it and redraft what you may need to, rearrange or redirect your focus based on what you're getting back from the universe from what you've been experiencing in 2023 so far. It says your answers are being given to you. Quieting external voices and excessive noise will give you the chance to hear what is being offered. Okay, so quiet extra noise, quiet what's outside of you. Get still and listen. And then take note of what you are hearing, take note of what you are observing. And that is going to give you way more detail than if you keep going and doing all the things and moving through all the emotions and not actually listening to what spirit or what the universe or what your environment or what your heart or what your experience is trying to show you, so that you can really redraft and redirect accordingly, okay? So the month of 4 is also where we tend to see some challenges, where we tend to see some contrast. And so we may be seeing that in April, and that might also be why we need to take a little time to stop amidst any chaos or contrast and just listen and take note of what's occurring, so that we can really analyze it and see what spirit is wanting to show us for that, okay? 22, take note for April. Then May, the month of the Bacalar Mexico retreat, is the energy of truth and integrity, okay? May is the 5 months, so it's all about shifting and changing, switching gears into an even bigger and faster progressive movement forward, knowing that it's at that midpoint of the year and it's time for us to really step in. It's near the midpoint, I should say, because really June is the midpoint of the year, but 5 is the midpoint of our spiritual journey. So we're going to be feeling this truth and integrity showing up, this truth of our desires, this integrity of what we need to do to follow through to get our desires, this energy of connection to, you know, what we are becoming and who we've been, so that we can really honor the truth of that and follow through accordingly to access even more of ourselves. Now notice she's a little vulnerable here. Truth and integrity can feel vulnerable, but there's a lot of support for her. There's a lot of support for her playfulness, freedom, innocence, and just overall expansion to spread her wings, open up to receiving what she's meant to. So that is what we are all going to be experiencing as well. The importance of being vulnerable and opening up and sharing what we need, sharing what we want, being truthful with ourselves on what we need and what we want, and maybe what we haven't been doing to get what we want that we know we need to do in order to follow through and receive the activations that we're asking for. So that's what the 5 month is all about. That's what May is all about. And that's why it's so in alignment to do this Bacalar Mexico retreat, because we're going to really be helping you to become more vulnerable with yourself, to tap into more of your truth, to start to do more of the accountability, responsibility, and integrity work to make sure that you're actually putting the action and effort and work in to receive what you're asking for, and to really honor the vulnerability that you've shared so that you can receive everything that you want, okay? So definitely email me, readingsbyrissa@gmail.com, if you want more information on the Bacalar Mexico retreat, 6-day retreat with Dijon Bowden, okay? All right, and then for June, June is my month of my birthday. Shout out to the Geminis out there. June is for harmony in 2023. This is the Eight of Wands. This is us stepping into more of our gifts, our magic, our ability to use our magic in harmony with our life, with our relationships, with our truest desires, our career. This is work, life, family life, spiritual growth, all coming into harmony with the use of us activating more of our infinite gifts and magic of our soul power. And that only can come from putting in the work, making the decisions, taking note of what you're learning, and really stepping into the rebirth of 2023 with confidence and with consistency and devotion to getting those gifts activated for the harmony. Okay, so that's what June is all about, and that's going to create even more. Remember, the sixth energy, June being the 6th month, is all about creating. What are you conceiving, and is that something that you really want to receive? Are you putting in what you want to get back, or are you selling yourself short a little bit, right? Or distracting yourself from what needs to happen, and thus creating more of those limitations and distracting experiences, okay? So find harmony with what you're putting in and what you want to get back in June, and that's going to be really, really helpful for you. All right, and I told you July. July is a shadow work card, and it's the Broken Dreams card, okay? It's the Broken Dreams card. So yeah, we're going to be feeling a little shadow work in July. We're going to be feeling a little bit of ickiness, maybe just a little bit of stuckness, like a little bit of defeat, a little bit of disempowerment, but it's for a purpose, okay? It's for us to recognize that only we can accept or reject our dreams. So it's really helping us to see where our mindset, where our heart and focus and our expectations are at, because if we're expecting to be disappointed, if we're expecting to feel down or limited or just not able to really complete the tasks that we have been wanting to, then we're really causing our own sense of self-defeat, the broken dreams within ourselves. So we need to make sure that our positive mindset prevails in July, and that we really believe in ourselves and we see ourselves and the track record of our success that we're meant to, so that we can make sure we don't so we don't look at something that's not true to us, right? Because really, you are creating your dreams, and your ability to lean into what is needed to create your dreams is your responsibility. So if you're feeling like your dreams are broken or defeated in July, what responsibilities and accountability have you been ignoring that has caused you to feel like you're not hitting the mark, right? So that's going to be a big one for July, and that's another 5 card, okay? See how the 5s are showing up here. So we want to make sure that we're paying attention to that. And look, it's very similar. This is a 23 card and this is a 23 card. Some of you are going to have some of that rage from 2022 resurfacing in July, and you're going to be needing to hold yourself accountable for not letting that rage take control of your mind and your heart, or convince you that your dreams are not possible. You've got to remember that maybe there are some residues of that rage that still needs to go all the way out in July. And you need to readdress that stuff and make sure you really put it to rest, so that you don't get into another spiral of negativity or shadow, okay? All right, y'all, let's check out August. August is our goddess Isis card, and this is the Queen of Heaven card. Yes, Queen of Heaven for August, for that number 8 month. 8 representing infinity, 8 representing karma as well, 8 representing magic as well. And so the Queen of Heaven card is the divine empress of the skies, that divine feminine energy of the cosmos and skies. It says it acknowledges your feminine authority now. As a man or a woman, your feminine, your divine feminine energy is activating in August. You have a life path of spiritual leadership to bring qualities of mercy, compassion, and wisdom into the world. So this is really beautiful. This is saying that we are then activating in August, after we've moved through all of these energies of these months, we are going to be activating more of that final manifestation, that manifestation of spiritual acceleration. And we're going to be starting to use our voice and our purpose and our actions and expression into the world as a spiritual force for growth and development. So you're going to be feeling more of your feminine qualities activate, whether you're a man or a woman. You're going to feel more intuitive, you're going to feel more receptive, you're going to feel more empathic and sensitive to your emotions and emotionally intelligent. You're going to be feeling more creative as well, and just more artistic overall in the way you look at the world through symbology and through a sense of excitement for what the beauty in the world is showing you. And you're just going to be way more keen to that kind of thing and in flow as well in the month of August. So this is really great. This is letting us know that we're tapping into that sevens heaven type of energy with the Queen of Heaven in August, okay? And I know it seems a little late in the year, the 8th month of the year, to be really tapping in to that spiritual growth, but spiritual growth takes time. It takes dedication. It takes devotion. And some of us aren't the best at staying consistent with that type of thing. And that's why I offer so many of the offerings I do, like the meditation dedication practice, like the mirror work dedication practice that's starting today, these 30-day accountability programs and playlists that are going to help you stay in that momentum of consistency to activate your highest spiritual growth and evolution of self. Now, if you want to kick it into overdrive because you know you've been procrastinating for some years, or you just are ready to get into your biggest bag spiritually that you've ever been in, then you know, y'all, I still have my Intuitive Luminary course and coaching program available, and it is January, which means that I am starting to take on new coaching clients this year for 2023. So if you're interested in the Intuitive Luminary course and coaching program, it is no joke, y'all. It is a 6-month intuitive development mastery course and program. This is going to teach you everything you need to know about tapping into your highest self spiritually. It's going to give you meditations. It's going to give you journal prompts. It's going to give you affirmations. It's going to give you full-on lectures of knowledge. This is a one-stop shop to learn everything there is about intuition development and spirituality. This is so convenient for so many people because a lot of times when you're just waking up or you're putting your spiritual goals first, you feel overwhelmed at all the things that there is to learn, and really trying to figure out, okay, which one of these things is actually accurate, which one can I trust, how do I actually implement the stuff I'm learning, how do I make what I'm learning work for me and not against me, since there's all this deprogramming happening and I'm learning things new that I never thought I would believe in, or I'm having to let go of all of these things I was taught, and now I've got to figure out how to work through my life being so aware. All of that stuff is tough. And so the Intuitive Luminary course and coaching program is here to help support you. It also comes with one-on-one coaching calls bi-weekly every month with me, so that I can help you with all of the personal aspects of your spiritual growth and development that this program will activate, because there are some serious activations, y'all, and it's really, really potent, and it's really, really worth it. So if you're interested in that and you want to really access that Queen of Heaven or that Seventh Heaven spiritual growth and expansion of 2023, email me readingsbyrissa@gmail.com, or go to rissavibes.com, and you can go to the Luminary Lifestyle tab on the website and click the button for consultation, and we will get on a free consultation call to discuss the program. Now, I will say this program is no joke. It's going to demand a lot of work, a lot of energy, a lot of investment into this program, both financially and spiritually, energetically, heart and mentally wise, because it is really one of those programs where you got to be ready to go all the way in, and you got to want it. You got to want it, because if you don't want it and if you're not ready to go all the way in, the universe will smack you around a little bit in this program to get you to where you need to be, so that you can fully receive all the benefit of it, because it is a true lifestyle activation. It is truly a life-changing experience. ask all of the people that have graduated from this program, over 22 graduates from the Intuitive Luminary program now. So really, really powerful. I am taking on new clients for that. So reach out, rissavibes.com, or just send me an email, readingsbyrissa@gmail.com. Okay, so that's for August. Let's look at September. Almost skipped a month. September. You are not alone in September, y'all. You're not alone. You're never alone, but especially in September, the month of endings, the 9-month, the month of shadow work, the month of really the start of shadow work. The shadow work phase of our year is usually a couple of months, but in the month of September, that 9-month, it's all about death, rebirth. This is where we also might see some passed on loved ones shift into the spirit realm. You know, this card specifically discusses passed on loved ones. So it says, we are here for you. We never left. Through all the sadness and loneliness, however, you cannot sense us near you or feel how much love we are sending you. We are your family, your friends, your guides. You never walk alone. We walk right beside you. So if you have anyone that's passed on, or if you end up having anyone that's passed on in 2023, or even in the month of September, know that you are not alone, know that they are walking with you, and also know that because of this spiritual expansion year and your ability to tap into more of your spiritual gifts and your intuition, if you really develop that skill throughout the year, you're going to be able to sense them. You're going to be able to sense your passed on loved ones, your ancestors, your spirit guides, divine deities, gods and goddesses, and just source light in its full entirety, because you've put your spiritual gifts and intuitive development first. And this is something that will help you navigate your life forever, okay? I was a terminally ill counselor for a long time. And one of the biggest things that I would hear from my clients who were terminally ill when I was counseling them was that they wish they would have been more aware of what the lessons in their life were trying to teach them, what the energy of their experience was trying to show them. They wanted to know more about what the spirit realm had to offer, since they were starting to come to that point in their life where they were going to transition into it. And they felt really confused and unclear about the energy of death or the energy of spirituality, and that made them feel a lot less prepared for their transition. And so that's why I do this work that I do. It's a big reason, because when I am able to teach people about spirituality and the spirit realm way before they ever transition, or way before they even ever have to think about that kind of thing for themselves, I know that I'm doing work for them that will really benefit them when they are at that point in their life, and will also help them to cope and understand what happens when their when their loved ones pass on, or just the energy of the shift of life in general, because that's a lot of what my terminally ill patients and clients were having a hard time with, is just being able to process the shifts in their life from a spiritual perspective, to give them peace of mind and peace of heart. So that's a really big reason why I do what I do. And I think that's just another big reason why it can be so beneficial to get ahead of this spiritual knowledge, especially in such a potent spiritual growth year as 2023. But either way, just know that you're not alone, especially in the month of September, as you reconcile with some of that death and rebirth energy. Wow. Okay. And then October, which is our thinning of the veil month, the month of the year where the spirit realm is most connected to the physical realm, we have the Spirit Team card. This is the card from my Intuitive Luminary deck. And I only have, I'm actually sold out. Well, I'm not really sold out. I think I have like 3 more decks left of the Intuitive Luminary first round of the deck. This is the exclusive first edition of the Intuitive Luminary Oracle card deck. And I will be putting out another version of these cards very soon. They're going to be exactly the same pretty much, but just a little bit different in their presentation. But I'm really excited about that. So if you're interested and always wanted one of these card decks, I do still have a couple of decks available. I like to keep them for my Intuitive Luminary coaching clients. So if you sign up to the coaching program, you'll also get a deck with your investment into the coaching program. But October is our year where we're connecting to spirit more than ever. And we have the spirit team card for October coming up for 2023. And it says, there are angels and guides all around you, showing you the way and keeping you safe on the journey. Doesn't that just go so hand in hand with the September card? Okay, so September and October, we're really going to be feeling our guides, our passed on loved ones, and more connection to the spirit realm. It says, speak to them and notice how their whispers lead you to the new and exciting phase of growth and clarity. Call on them whenever you need additional guidance. They are always supporting you. You can use the affirmation, I have nothing to fear. I trust that my guides are near. I am safe to follow the path that they pave, y'all. Beautiful. So our spirit team is going to be showing up really potently, not just in September, but also in October. And we're going to be able to perceive that energy even more in October and throughout the entire phase of this because of our intuition being more accessible with that 2023 energy. And we'll be able to actually create conversation and speak to those on the spirit realm, in the spirit realm, with more of our focus and growth in those gifts and abilities we naturally have. So that's also going to be such a big reward and benefit for putting your spiritual growth and expansion first this year, okay? November, y'all. November is Sandalphon with intention. How many of y'all have seen my annual readings or weekly readings for the last several years? If you have, then you know that November is the month that I typically encourage everyone to start setting intentions for the next year. This is because November is a really powerful month where we're ending the thinning of the veil cycle and we're stepping into more of our alignment to what is to come. And we're also seeing what shadow work needs to happen in order for us to manifest the intentions that we have for the next year so that we can take those last 2 months of the year and really do the work to make sure we receive our intention. So that's what this November is going to be about as well for 2023. What intentions do you have for yourself now that you have stepped into more spiritual growth? You've chosen to ascend into more higher vibrational aspects of your expression, and you're now letting yourself receive more of that light from the divine source of intelligence. Now, with all of that in mind, you get to really set clear intentions, probably more clear than you've ever set before in 2023 in November, okay? And remember, when we set intentions, that means that we're often given a set of responsibilities or accountability to really manifest what we've intended to manifest. So it's going to be important for us with those intentions to also recognize what work we need to put in to make them happen. We also may get tested on our intentions. Do we really want them? The universe is going to say, are you sure you really want this? And if you do, are you willing to put in this work? Are you willing to sacrifice this thing in order to get it? And so this is what we're going to be noticing in November when we set our intentions, okay? And Sandalphon is one of the archangels who was actually a human that ascended into archangel form. And that's because of how much work they put in to really activating their highest self. So this is possible. You can go from a very mortal human type of vibration into a very, very high level angelic activated being if you put enough work in. So anything is possible with your intention, with your dedication, your devotion, and your belief that it can be, okay? And then we're gonna end it with, oh my gosh, what a great card to end the year of 2023 with. In December, we have the Abundance card. And what did I say at the beginning of this reading? 2023 is the year where our spiritual growth, that 2023-7 number for spiritual growth, is a direct correlation to our abundance. Our abundance is activating as a direct response from the spiritual growth and the spiritual development that we put into this year. So this is just validating it here right in front of us that we are going to see some epic abundance in December, 1 year from now, where we have put in the work, we've really leveled up our intuitive abilities, we've really leveled up our vibration, we've been eating healthier, we've been thinking more positively. We've been acting more on our intuition. We've been cutting ties and creating boundaries and with limiting things in our life. And now we are so much more abundant than we could ever fathom in December of 2023, okay? So really, this is anything you want. This could be financial abundance, opportunities, creativity, abundance of love, abundance of peace, abundance of gratitude, abundance of expansion, you know, travel, whatever you're wanting. Call it in now and then choose to do the spiritual growth work to receive the abundance in December that you are calling in throughout this year. Now, you're definitely going to receive a lot of abundance throughout the year if you put in the work for your spiritual growth, but you're going to really be able to look back in December on the entire year and see how much abundance and even more is on the way if you really go all in with the spiritual growth and expansion and the rebirthing energy that is 2023, okay? So again, Rage for January, Dragonkin for February, Decision Making for March, Take Note with Observation in April, Truth and Integrity in May, Harmony through Creation and Creativity in June, Broken Dreams and getting in control of the shadow work and mentality needed to overcome any types of disempowerment in July, to step into the Queen of Heaven activations of intuition and divine feminine energy of August, knowing that we're not alone in September and we are always supported by Spirit in October with the Spirit team, and then letting ourselves set intention in November so that we can really activate even more abundance and appreciate and utilize the abundance we've already been given in that awareness of the shift from 2022 to 2023. Powerful, powerful. How y'all feeling? Y'all still with me? What do you think about this beautiful reading, this annual reading of 2023? Happy New Year's Day. I want to remind everybody of all the announcements that I have. The Mirror Work 30-day dedication practice starts today. I will be finishing up that video and posting it in just a few hours so that you can tap into Mirror Work to level up your self-love and self-care and to recognize how you are a reflection of the universe and the universe is a reflection of you. Then I've got a 2023 rebirth event at Abundance Space in Scottsdale, Arizona, in-person event to help you really reconcile and realize all of the energy that 2022 was showing you and providing you so that you can step into a full emergence of your true self in 2023. We're going to have some art therapy. We're going to do some intuition development work. We're going to meditate. We're going to talk things out. We're also going to sip some amazing cacao for heart expansion and heart opening. And you also get a 3-month forecast included in this event if you attend it in Scottsdale at Abundance Space on the 5th of January from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So I will put the link in the description of this video, but you can also get the link via my link in my bio at Readings by Rissa on Instagram, or you can email me if you want to, readingsbyrissa@gmail.com, and just ask me about the 2023 Rebirth event, and I will send you all the details, okay? Then also make sure to mention 6-month forecast discount, $23 off a 6-month forecast if you mention this live reading. Only if you mention this live reading will I give you that discount. That is a part of the accountability and your utilization of your throat chakra, knowing that that is a big thing that came up in this reading as well. Speak up for what you want and what you need. If you need a 6-month forecast and you're watching this reading, book it, put it in the notes and say, hey, just want to mention the discount from the live annual reading, or send me a DM or send me an email or a text, whatever you want to do. If you want that 6-month forecast discount, this is a great month to get that 6-month forecast blueprint of the next 6 months of 2023 for you personally in a one-on-one card reading. okay? Then the Bacalar, Mexico retreat, 6-day retreat for spiritual wellness and expansion. We're gonna be doing breath work. We're gonna be doing yoga. We're gonna have guided meditations. We're gonna have delicious food, plant-based food. We're also going to have lots of intuitive development led by me. And I am going to be joining my galactic playmate, Dijon Bowden, in this retreat. It's gonna be really epic and super, super fun for activation of your multidimensional self and your spiritual growth in 2023. So email me if you're interested in that for more details, readingsbyrissa@gmail.com. Then I've got the Intuitive Luminary Program, course and coaching program. If you want to go all in this year on your spiritual growth and you're ready to make the investment with time, energy, and abundance to get you to the infinite abundance that comes with putting your spiritual growth first. So reach out to me for that, or you can go to my website, rissavibes.com, and click the Luminary Lifestyle tab to book a free consultation to discuss your entry into the Intuitive Luminary Program. And then I also have that divine request for all of you to let me know, what do you want from me in 2023? Do you want future readings? Do you want me to bring the weekly readings back, the live weekly readings back? Do you want monthly readings? Do you want the Starseed Saturday meditations back? Do you want the Bone Shaman meditations back? Or do you really like these dedication practices that I've been doing? The meditation dedication practice, 30 days, or the 30-day mirror work dedication practice that I'm doing? You want me to keep those going? So let me know. Let me know in the comments of this section. Also check out my YouTube shorts. I just posted one about what is mirror work. And that one is really, really good to help prep for today's mirror work dedication practice. And if there's any other ideas or things that you would really love me to provide here on my YouTube channel, let me know. I want to hear from you. And then also, I want to tell you that I am doing some more work with kids. I had the privilege of being a spiritual counselor for a virtual school over this last year, and it was really powerful to teach children intuitive development and their families. And now I'm working with children even more and helping them establish their gifts and their intuition. This is something that I was doing even before working with the school. It was called the Intuitive Kids Workshop. I'm bringing that back, and I am doing it in an even bigger way, in an even more expanded way with the spiritual growth to help these starseed and crystal children and rainbow children of today really, really tap into their gifts in this physical world. And so if you're interested in the Intuitive Kids program, I'm going to be doing an event in Mesa, Arizona to kick it off at the end of January, but I will also be providing some virtual services and one-on-one services for your starseed children or intuitive children. So if you have a starseed child that you want to be able to communicate better with or support more, then please reach out to me as well. You can email me readingsbyrissa@gmail.com. And I'll also be posting all of this information from all these announcements to my Vibes e-list. So make sure you join the Vibes e-list. I'll put the link in the description as well for that. And then performances, y'all. I'm performing a whole bunch. I put the claim out there, the manifestation. I spoke it into existence last New Year's Eve, saying that I was going to perform more in 2022 than I ever have. And boy, did that happen. I had a show every single month of the year, and then right around, I think it was October, I had 6 shows in 1 week. And after that, I've been performing at least twice a month since then. I had 2 shows this weekend, actually. I had a show on Friday and a show last night to kick off the new year. So performances are a big thing right now with my music. That's also kind of why I've been a little bit MIA on YouTube, but I'm making the time to come back and to really schedule things so I can be present in both, because I love both so much. I love to provide these spiritual services, and I also love to provide my healing music and my hippie soul conscious creative art. So I have another show on the 13th of January. It's called Sober Night AZ, and it's in Arcadia, Arizona at the office. And you can go to my Instagram at Rissa Vibes Official on Instagram. And that is going to have information about my upcoming show. It is a sober show, and it's going to be kind of like a club feel, but sober. So you don't have to go into a kind of dense energy, alcoholic, drunk kind of space to dance and party, you can actually come to a sober version of a club and get so many more activations and have so much more fun and feel more safe, honestly. So, and especially more safe spiritually. So that'll be on the 13th if you're interested in that and if you're in Arizona, or if you just want to come out to Arizona to participate in this event, I'd love to have you. I have tickets available. I will put the link in this description of the video as well. Okay, and I think that's it. I think those are all my announcements. I am so happy I got to do this with all of you. I've missed you. Thank you for tuning in. I thought I was gonna make this reading shorter. I guess it just is who I am, y'all. I just be really thorough with the readings and I just can't shorten them up. I love talking about all the things that I receive intuitively as I pull these cards and as I receive these downloads. So thank you for tuning in. I love you all so much. Please keep the chat alive in the comments and let me know what you want to see from me in 2023. And definitely tune in to the Vibes e-list for more updates, discounts, and promotions. It was so good to see you all as well. I love you, and I will see you again soon. Peace.